Hello, everyone. My name is Kwame, aka Yao, aka the person delivering this message to you. And today we're going to go ahead and do part two to our chakra series. And that means you already know what's up. We're going into the sacral chakra. So, what is this going to entail? A lot. So, go ahead and get comfortable. Go ahead and like, subscribe, do all that good stuff while we're in the beginning stages of this because it's only going to get deeper as we go along, and that could be significant. Okay, so the sacral chakra is going to be the second energy port within your body. You have seven main ones in total, starting with the root and ending with the crown chakra all the way at the top of your head, right? So, where is the sacral chakra? The sacral chakra is going to be right below your belly button and then above the bottom of your pelvic area. So, practically like this entire waist area, right before it hits the bottom of that spine. It's going to be your sacral chakra energy point. So, the affirmation for the sacral chakra specifically is I feel. And this is because the sacral chakra has everything to do with your sensuality, your sexuality as a human being, the five senses that you experience as a human on earth. Like, that is what if the sacral chakra is all the way open, that is what you have access to experience in this lifetime. Girl, don't do that. I try to go outside today, y'all. You'll see me in my little grass. I'm trying to follow my root chakra video, period. Um, but being so, we got mics falling all over the place, freaking paper falling over the place. We're just gonna get into it, okay? Like, it's still gonna. We're here, okay? Anyways, yes. So it's I feel, also having to do with the element of water. So Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, specifically, this is your chakra. So when you're trying to, well, before I say heal the sacral chakra, let's talk about how your sacral chakra can be blocked. Because you're dealing with the chakra that has to do with practically open creation, sensuality, sexuality, confidence within oneself. Um, Growing up throughout your life, a good way for the sacral chakra to be blocked is if you still have lots of areas within your subconscious to where you're holding or harboring lots of anxiety or trauma from past situations that have not been healed through yet. Um, if a sacral chakra is blocked, you could also be experiencing like a lack of desire in your life, not necessarily wanting to go out and achieve something. I literally just saw like notes this morning, and it was talking about depression, being in freelance mode, and then being in creation mode. So a lot of us on a regular basis, just doing our regular everyday 9 to 5s, our morning routines, our night routines, talking to our everyday family members, that's freelance mode, right? The depression may be something that not a lot of people will see because it's more deep and subconscious in your brain. But the depression part is when you are just sad and the need and the will to create something outside of yourself has now ceased because there has been so much time going along to where you have like gotten complacent and convinced yourself that wherever you're currently at, emotionally, physically, and spiritually, is probably where you're going to end up and stay. Now, um, that is very normal, especially when, just growing up in our societies, we have to, inevitably on take all of the pain and all of the like past karmic energy of our parents, right? So when we're trying to grow up and be ourselves, it's only going to be a certain amount of time, like I said in the last video, that the energy comes back around and smacks you in your face. It's not your fault, but that's why I'm here. We kind of have to go through the motions, of why we, excuse me, act the way we do, why we feel the way we do internally, and how it affects our everyday life moving forward. Especially in the climate that we're going into, there is a lot of this is happening over here, this is happening back here. And where are you in the midst of all of this? You have to have a regulated nervous system as well as being confident when you step forward to do certain things. For example, you can't just get up and go to the gym every day with no intention and no motive behind it, because you're just gonna give up in like 2 weeks and then get mad when you're not necessarily seeing results. The power of manifestation, the power of knowing what you want, the power of having confidence within yourself to achieve those things is what will get you that result. Now, with that in mind, okay, now I'm going to the gym. Now I'm focusing on certain body parts, focusing on certain muscle areas within my body, prioritizing. I was about to pick it up, but I can't. Prioritizing drinking your water, right? Like prioritizing eating healthy foods after you go and freaking shred out at the gym, you know? Like being aware of all these things is kind of draining, especially if you're in a depressive state in life. But once you begin, slowly putting things in place to create that reality for yourself, it then becomes your normal, your new normal, your everyday routine. So yeah, chakras is not just all about the ums and the vas and the love and light and peace. Like, no, chakra work, clearing out your chakras, is straight up shadow work. Straight up dealing with everything that you didn't want to deal with, from the root, starting all the way to why you do what you do and how you process life, why we're even here on this earth. I had to get into that because just like the sacral chakra, like in order to clear, you got to get deep. Period. Okay. Um. So yes, interesting. Let's see. So the sacral chakra is going to be your feminine energy point within your body. The root chakra is the masculine energy center, and it starts everything planted at the root, the base intention, the I am, right? Then stemming from that, thereafter, is the sacral chakra. It is the feminine energy point. It's second in line, but it does not have any less of significance. It's actually, in my opinion, more significant because you have to have this chakra cleared at least enough to be able to reproduce in this life. Whether that be any creative endeavor you wanted to do that someone hasn't created yet, or sorry, someone texted me, got distracted. But or actually like producing and creating a child, like reproduction in life, right? So, I never got finished with the potential blocks that could happen with your sacral chakra. So, I said anxiety, and I kind of led into it being the lack of desire that you could potentially have in your life. But then the final thing is the lack of self worth. A lot of people, a good example, right? I just mentioned the gym example. A lot of people don't go to the gym because they know how much work and effort it takes to actually, maintain that discipline. That's one thing. But then another thing as to why people don't go to the gym is that people be going to the gym so that they can look good for other people. Period. So when you go to the gym with that intention in mind, it's kind of the same thing as if you went to the gym with a half-assed intention or no intention at all. You're kind of going in, hoping to grow and expand and appreciate the process and learn and move through something to where you can make it a part of your routine and your person. But you can't even get there because you're still worried about if Timmy is noticing like your freaking plump muscles that you got from going for 1 week. You know what I'm saying? Like that is definitely something as well. So I feel like a good way to target the sacral chakra and really know what's going on in there, how it's feeling, is every time something comes up in your physical plane, in your physical view, and it's triggering to you, you may have an automatic reaction to either react, just really get into your emotions and then let it stack onto you, but then never really process that shit, right? So let's do a little exercise, guys. Every time someone comes up to you and they're triggering the fuck out of you, or something in your everyday is triggering the fuck out of you, and you can't really get out of it, can't avoid it, or you try to get out of it and then it comes back around, that kind of thing, and it's making your life feel less than, or making you feel less than about yourself, ask yourself, how does this thing make me feel? And then once you've gone there, now we're just opening up a can of worms that people don't necessarily like to deal with all the time. their feelings. Okay, so like once you ask yourself how this thing made you feel, an emotion will come up: anger, sadness, feelings of not being enough, um, fear. Like something is going to pop up, and then you can ask yourself with your little cute journal and your pen that you brought with you during this video because you're woke. You can tell yourself how exactly that made you feel, why you were about to do what you did, why you didn't, how we're going to move forward, and in a better way, in a way that is validating my feelings as well as honoring how I want to move forward, moving forward based on the situation. Um, so yes, that's yes. I I was about to say something, but that was gonna be like a 20-minute rant, so we're not gonna do that. But we still got more notes, so like I can do that too. Anyways, guys, you like my top? It's cute, isn't it? Anyways, I probably asked you that already. Also, I hope y'all can hear me. We digress. But ooh, so I said, oh, it has to do with your sensuality, your creativity, and also how free you feel. So, like, if you've been feeling like you've just been like stuck in bed all day, and can't really, do anything or say anything or exist outside of like feeding yourself and bathing yourself, you're probably a little depressed. But it's once again not your fault. Like, you need to make this life what it is. If you're just sitting here and you're just fucking rotting, then you're just sitting here and you're just fucking rotting, right? But and this is not to say that you are being forced to go like slave away and labor at life. But if you came to this video to come realign yourself, then there's probably something that you're unsatisfied with. And that if you were to die right now, you would probably be like, damn, I feel like I just want to do this shit. But I don't even feel like I could do this shit just because I'm so tired and I'm so drained of energy and I don't like people. Like, yeah, after a while, after all of those feelings and insecurities start piling up from not being dealt with, that's the mentality that you're gonna start having. You're gonna want to start hiding away, and the only way that you're gonna feel actually safe within your body is if you're at home, stuffing your face with your comfort foods, um, and kind of like being in some low vibey shit. It's the inevitable and it's life. It's pretty sad, pretty fucked up too. But at the same time, if you want better, you can get it. So that's why I'm here. In two ways. I said that the color for the sacral chakra is going to be orange. Um, and, not a lot of people like orange. You know what I'm saying? When orange gets in the room, everyone's like, have y'all ever seen an annoying orange? Yes. That is your sacral chakra, okay? Because it's that inner child just begging, waiting to be seen, to exist, to play, to have fun and to enjoy life, right? So when that energy comes in the room, especially with a whole bunch of miserable Nancy's, people who are tired, people who are burnt the fuck out, they're not gonna want to deal with that energy. And that's probably how that shit got shut out from you for so long. But if we take a zoom out, right, you probably find yourself every second trying to make yourself happy. And like, not because you're depressed, but because it's about regulation. Like when you put science and when you put like spirituality together, you realize that you can't be fully spiritual and you can't be fully scientific. You're gonna crash the fuck out. There has to be a balance, and there has to be a way that you go about it without feeling like you're forcing yourself or feeling like you're doing something that you don't want to do against your own will. So this practice here is practically creating that for you, if you will. So I thought that was a good explanation. But anyways, a good way to like, be completely enmeshed into the vitality of your sacral chakra is to get into some orange things, right? And this is just with the hue. This is just with the frequency. So the things that I'm about to say is kind of wishy-washy, half-assy, but take it where it resonates, okay? So the first thing is you can eat fruits and vegetables that are orange, supplements that are orange, and it'll give you the nutrients and the energy that'll shoot right down to your sacral chakra. It'll energize it. So oranges, carrots, they not only improve because the sacral is connected to the third eye. Carrots also improve your eyesight as well. But you can eat carrots. You could eat yams. Um, there's probably some other shit out there too that's orange that you could pick up, to revitalize your sacral chakra. But those are the main ones that I can think of off the top of my head, as well as detoxing and water. Your sacral chakra loves and needs this at times. Okay. Um, One thing that I do that really like heals my sacral chakra is I take my right hand. Okay. I said in the root chakra, you use your left hand. This, you use your right hand. It's your strongest energy point for your sacral chakra. You take this, put it in the front part of your body and to the lower left of your, like, is this your pelvic area? Right there. That's the that's the energy port, okay? And I'm sure if you've ever canoodled with a Scorpio, they probably tried to touch you there. Oh, because they know what they're doing. Anyways, we didn't come here for this. But yeah, um, if you hold on that area while you're breathing in and out, that can do that for you. Period. Um, all right. We actually got pretty far and I didn't even peep it. But let's see. So some affirmations to be able to heal your sacral chakra um, is I am sensitive. And this is because sensitivity, especially in the overly masculine population that we live in today's society, not too many men, overly masculine energy like society that we live in, they prioritize the root. They prioritize just holding it together, keeping it together, putting the structure there so that we can all live and coexist. The men think they have done their job. And you know what? Actually, no, they have not. Neither here nor there. But the female's job, outside of the man's job of like protection, safety, confidence, intention, outside of all of that, is to care for all things that is not seen to be taken care of. The flow and the way that the universe works, how we're just living on a floating rock, but like literally haven't blown the fuck up yet. You think men did that on their own? Right. So, um, yeah, embracing your sensitivity, allowing it to flow. When people tell you to shut up when you're sad or crying, um, when you are just like on one and doing too much and people want you to be quiet, um, when you're putting out something creative and nobody's actually supporting it, these are things that simply by you allowing those things to exist and be is creating the equilibrium that this world needs. If there was too much overly masculine energy, which we're getting there, we're getting to a tipping point to where that has to stop. But if it did get to that point where we were overly masculine, bitch, we'd all just be killing each other, like all over the place, just for like looking at each other. It's kind of crazy, and I could see that happening too. But that's why I'm here. I love saying that. Another affirmation is I create when I feel like it. Period. I feel like the way, once again, with the way that like the capital corporate masculine society likes to live is working 9 to 5, go home, take care of everybody else, and then take your ass to sleep, and then do it all over again. They really want you up in them factories. They want you up in that beat bop so that you can be profiting them, right? So a good way to profit yourself is to give yourself personal autonomy. Give yourself that freedom that you wish that everybody else could give you. If you just like put the brakes on these bitches real quick and was like, hold on, I actually realized that I've been working on end for like 3 weeks straight. I'm not even getting offered a vacation nor promotion, and my family is only growing and needing more out of my pockets. Maybe I should say, I'm gonna go take a vacation, and if they don't let me, bitch, I'm not working here anymore. And if not, then I'm gonna find something else for me to do. I'm gonna create on my own time. I might start my own business, become my own entrepreneur, something along those lines. And you see how I'm saying it so aggressively? That is not how your creative shit is supposed to be. It is supposed to come out of you freely. It is supposed to flow. It is supposed to just be. There's not much that you can Virgo. There's not much that you can Aries. There's not much that you can do with that when it comes to pure essence and being. Okay? So definitely think about that when you just feel like you can't. I feel like I gotta keep repeating that. But okay, guys, if you've been here with me up until this point, thank y'all so much. Um, I appreciate y'all for coming, looking at the video so that you can get this wisdom. Um, Supporting the channel so that other people can get this message if they need to. Because in this climate that we're in, baby girl, the nervous system needs to be there. Okay. And I'm glad that I'm finally able to get this out to y'all as well in this fashion. But on that note, let's go. Oh, someone try to bite me. Let's go ahead and start a small, maybe 4 to 5 minute sacral chakra meditation. Okay. So when we did this for the root chakra, we started out trying to breathe all the way into our feet. And technically, we're going to have to do that again because you need to get your body focused and energized in the. Why did I just blink? You need to get your body focused and energized from the bottom all the way to where you're trying to heal the certain part at. Okay. Um, so, anyways, go ahead and take a seat on the grass, on a pillow. You can lay down on your bed or on a soft carpeted floor if you'd like to. But we're just going to go ahead by getting started with closing our eyes. And now you can go ahead and start feeling where and how your body is, you know, feeling if it's in pain, where it is in pain, if it is tense, if it is loose or it feels like it's not there at all. Kind of start feeling its internal radar as you breathe in and out. Okay. So we're going to start with one deep breath in through our nose and one deep breath out. Exhale. So go ahead and do that again. But this time we're going to start at the bottom of our feet, bringing air all the way into our legs. Deep breath in and deep breath out. You can feel how your body is right now. Move your legs and wiggle your toes around if you need to allow the feeling to come back into your body naturally. And if you are ready to officially start the sacral chakra, we're going to go ahead and breathe into our pelvic area with our right hand on the lower part of our pelvis. Anyways, alrighty, y'all. We're going to go ahead and deep breath in. And as you're imagining this, you can imagine a transparent orange light shining brightly as you breathe deeper into your sacral chakra, into your pelvic area. Okay, I'm gonna try that again. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Deep breath in, and deep breath out. So continue to do this until you feel a slight tingle in your sacral chakra. As you're doing this, the rest of your body is going to become slightly agitated, slightly triggered, if that makes sense, but not in a negative way. You're just going to feel all the other areas begin to flicker open. I mean, that's because that's the starting point of all things creation within your body. The thing that allows me to speak confidently about what I'm thinking and receiving comes from the flow and openness that I'm allowing myself to have in this given moment. So forget that I'm here, ladies and gentlemen. For the next 2 minutes, we're just going to take a nice, deep breath in and out and feeling the circulation happening within our sacral chakra as this is happening. Like I said, you can do affirmations as we're doing this. I am sexual. I am sensual. I am creative. And I am in flow with myself and the divine. Okay? We're going to go ahead and do one more sesh, not one more breath. Okay? Go ahead and start and have a straight back if you can to allow the energy to flow up to your spine and out in whatever way it needs to go. Okay? Anyways, all right, we're going to start deep breath in, deep breath out. Next one, we're going to deep breath in, hold, deep breath out. Holding allows you to grasp where your energy is at a certain point. Deep breath in, hold, and deep breath out. One more silently by yourself. Alrighty, children. Y'all did great, girl. We're going so far and so fast already. We have already hit and finished the second chakra. I hope this resonated for y'all, and I hope it lit a fire under your ass to be able to get done what you need to be able to get done. Thank y'all so much for the support, and I will see y'all later with another video. Bye.